بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is our program Spirit of Values. This is Dr. Tariq Rashid. In today's episode we will discuss the negotiation further and we'll go deeply in negotiation. So let's start defining the stages of negotiation. Negotiation is a 5-stage process. It's first we start by preparation. If you are not well prepared in negotiation, you will lose. So a golden rule, prepare, then prepare, then prepare, then go to negotiation. So first step is preparation. And then what is the proposal in mind? I will suggest so and so. If they accept, I will go through that like this. But also I have an options. I have several things. So prepare a proposal in order to be prepared to discuss it in negotiation. Then we go through debate. Debate is, the situation is debatable. I agree, I don't agree. We are trying to convince the other party, and the other party is trying to convince us to accept. So evidence-based facts is really needed in the debate process. Then we start bargaining. I will accept this if you accept this. So we are trying to reach a settlement in order we sign. So the final stage is closing the negotiation. So this is a 5-step process in negotiation. Let's discuss deeply the roles of the different team members. It's always preferable to have a team whenever you negotiate. And just you can get back to the episodes about team spirit. But here we are discussing team roles in a negotiation situation. Let's check who are there in the team. First, the team leader, TL. One of the most important persons in the team is the team leader. He or she is conducting the negotiation, calling on others of the team, orchestrating other teams. He understands the whole mission and he has the highest skill of negotiating is the team leader. He understands, he is the professional, the experienced people, and he will decide at the end what should we do. This is the team leader. There is always the good guy in a team of negotiation, expressing sympathy to the other party. And the importance of this guy is to let the other party continue negotiating. So they feel as if this guy is with them. So the good guy. The good guy is needed. He or she will try to understand the main points and reflecting sympathy and emotions. And this will give the other team a false sense of security to continue and being relaxed. But if we have a good guy, we should have a bad guy. The bad guy in negotiation. This guy is a very tough person. He will stop the negotiation when he or she feels that their team is losing. They've said, stop negotiating. This is not negotiating. We are losing. We need this guy to be in the team and will expose the weakness of the opponents. He's always or she is always looking for the other's party weakness. But you mentioned that you so and so. So he is concentrating on the weakness and he will stop the negotiation whenever his team or her team is losing and always rejecting any points. No, we'll never accept this. Give us more than this. This is the bad guy in the negotiation team. And there is the hardliner. This will delay the progress for the benefits of the team. So this will make some sort of delay. Please convince me. Give me more evidence. Allowing others to retreat from soft offers. So we need better than this. This is not an offer, by the way. We cannot accept this. So the hardliner makes things difficult, looking for better situation, looking for better gaining in the situation, and the hardliner will keep the team focused on the objectives of the negotiation. So another part important is the hardliner, and we have the sweeper. The sweeper will suggest a way to get out whenever we have a deadlock. So this is a facilitator guy in the team that will always help us to suggest some ways to get out of the deadlock. And also preventing the discussion from going too far from the main issue. So getting back to the we focus on the objectives and pointing out any inconsistencies in their arguments. So these are the four main parties in any negotiation team. To summarize, we have a team leader. The team leader is the TL, is the one who is leading the team for negotiation. But we have the good guy, the nice guy, who is there for actually showing empathy to the other party in order they can proceed. But also we have a bad guy that will stop the negotiation when he or she feels that the team is losing. And we have the hardliner, which always argue for better situation, and the sweeper, which always facilitating the issue. Assume you are negotiating by yourself. So assume you are negotiating with your manager. You have to play the 5 roles. So it's not necessarily to have a team, but you can also practice in one-to-one negotiation those. You are leading yourself. You should be sometimes good, showing emotion. Yes, I will accept, but sometimes you have to be a bad guy. No, this I will refuse to negotiate. And always try to practice these 5 in order to go in a negotiation situation. Then we have to prepare the agenda. We don't go without preparation. So we mentioned that the first step in negotiation is to prepare. So we have to use an agenda. And we set the items on the agenda based on what we call importance and ease. So it's preferable always in negotiation to start with very important issues, but very easy. This will make us proceed in negotiation. Then we go very important, but more difficult. Keep difficult after you discuss the easy situation. But then we go for not very important, but easy, not very important, but difficult. So we set the agenda for negotiation based on priorities. So this, we agree with the other party on the agenda. Items should be allocated a fixed period of time, highly recommended. So in agenda, for example, we are discussing 5 issues. Number 1 will take maximum half an hour, for example. Define the time. Don't let the time be open in the agenda. Because if it is open, you may go for days in negotiating. So it's usually preferable to have a good agenda with a good time. How much time? It depends on the situation. But we don't always recommend to go more than 2 hours of negotiating, then take a break, then continue. And in a one day, we may go for 3 meetings, each one 2 hours, but with breaks. So you'll find in negotiation between countries and organizations, it sometimes go for 1 week negotiation, but it is subdivided into days and into timing and schedule this. So remember, allocate time for each item on the agenda. A draft agenda should be sent to the other party. If we agree both on this agenda, we will proceed and get the final agenda, and we proceed, type the agenda, and give a margin to take notes whenever it's there. So this is an agenda for conducting a negotiation. Of course, if we are face-to-face, give lots of papers people may need to write, but if we are virtually, each one should be taking his or her own notes, and in virtual, we record the meeting. Recording the meeting for documentation. Creating the right atmosphere and the environment. Do not run a negotiation longer than 2 hours. As I mentioned, take breaks. People will never focus and concentrate in long negotiations. So every 2 hours, make a break, half an hour, 45 minutes, like this. And keep a clock on the wall. So it's always in negotiating room, we should have a clock clear so we can set the agenda. We are proceeding with item number 1. It's up now, item number 2, and so on. And provide water and refreshments for the other party for sure. If needed, ensure that all have access to their private phones if they need. So now internet, all people need the access. and take a laptop if you want to access the company data, for example. If you are negotiating outside your organization and you have to provide evidence, you may prepare some PowerPoint presentations, some Excel sheets, prepare this and take it on the laptop. We are creating a good atmosphere to proceed in negotiation. Types of locations. There are 3 locations we can negotiate. Either we negotiate in our homeland, which is better always to negotiate at your office, in your organization, because by this you are owing the whole logistics. But sometimes we negotiate in their homeland or in neutral land, which is a third party accepted by the 2 different parties. So which is better for any organization and anyone? It's better always if you negotiate in your home ground, because if you negotiate in your home ground, you feel some sort of security and mastering the issues. And even you can find this in football games. The team that is playing in his country has the position of the home ground, is feeling better confidence always. If both are in the same situation of strength, we may go for a neutral ground to negotiate. This is what always happens in politics when we have different issues between countries. They go for a neutral ground, sometimes arranged by other parties. If you go to negotiate in their offices, you are losing actually some sort of confidence. So usually, for example, an employee, if we want to negotiate something with the manager, he or she should go to the manager officer. But the manager now is controlling the ground. Whenever you feel you can control the ground, it's better for you to choose the location. So in home ground, it's easy to organize strategic interruptions. For example, in some situations, assume our team is losing and I'm negotiating in my ground home, I can arrange some sort of interruptions. And if you look for the tables in negotiation rooms, you will find some sort of button there. So if I'm negotiating in my home ground and I feel that I am losing as a team, I will just give a sign. Then the secretary will come. Hey, manager, we have a telephone. No, just a minute. We are discussing. Then she will go. Then after a little bit, I will press it. Then we continue. She will come again. Oh, sorry, I have to stop negotiating because there is a very important, urgent issue. So in your home ground, it's easy to organize strategic interruptions to master and to gain the situation. But if you are in their home ground, you cannot. But also it's difficult even to avoid unplanned interruptions. Because of this, make sure you are focusing, you have some sort of environment that is away from others. Easy to call your staff. For example, I'm negotiating, but there is a problem, I need the financial department. So I'll just, please, Ahmed, Mohammed, please, can you come, please? We are negotiating something, I need some sort of information. So if you are negotiating in your home ground, you control the logistics, you control the whole information, so it's always easier to negotiate at your home. Neutral ground, it's better in difficult situations of negotiation, especially in countries. Whenever we have problems in politics, we prefer that we negotiate in a neutral ground. In such a case, neither gains the upper hand, each are equal, and both have to ship in their experts and materials to gain a win-win situation. But when you negotiate in their home, you are lacking familiarity with the surroundings. This may disturb you a little bit. Because of this, it's highly recommended. If you are negotiating in their home, go before the negotiating one day, if you can, to check the environment, to check the settings. No control of logistics for sure. But there is a good trick if you want to use it. If you feel, for example, you are stressed in their homeland and they are stressing for a negotiating and for an agreement, you can stop this. How? Oh, we miss Ahmed from the team. Let's proceed and postpone the negotiating. So this is, you have to master all of these and know exactly when to stop negotiating. How can we choose the seating plans? Let's check this. In negotiation, we don't go for round tables. No, should be rectangular tables. Round tables are always for a team. So team always, they go through a round table where all of us are equal, one team. But in negotiation, it's exactly rectangular tables. One party will sit here, the other party will sit here. The team leader is in the center of the table. This is team leader of team number 1. In front of him or her, team leader number 2. So let's check how we can make the seatings plans in order to proceed correctly in the negotiation. Make sure that the leader can make an eye contact with all the team leaders and with all the team. For example, here, the team leader can check with the guys here and here, and can also check the whole surrounding and the whole other party body language. Seat your hardliner away from their hardliner. Otherwise, they will start making trouble to each other, because hardliners are very difficult guys, so keep hardliners away. For example, if I choose to set the good guy here, and it's recommended, by the way, that the good guy to the right of the team leader, this will give a sign that we are very emotional with you. The good guy of the other team will sit also to the right, so this is the good guy. What about the bad guy? The bad guy should be here, away from the leader, okay? And their bad guy here. So this is a diagonal distance, because if bad guys are in front of each other, they will make the situation very difficult. So make sure, and then we'll set the hardliners, hardliner here, hardliner there. This will allow us to master negotiation in a better way. Position chairs at equal distance. Don't stress people. Keep a distance, relaxing distance, comfortable situation for the seating. Teams should face each other. We cannot put anyone here. And good guy is next to the leader to reflect an emotional message to the others, and bad guy at the end of the table. In such a case, when we master these setting plans and we remember to have a 5-process, prepare well, have an agenda, then debate, then go for bargaining, then close, and don't forget to document every issue we reach to in negotiation. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.